Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Before we start this official lesson, I want you guys to take a body count. Who is dead by the end of the play? We have quite a few deaths. We have Mercutio, Tybalt, Lady Montague, who is Romeo's mom. We have Paris, we have Romeo, and we have Juliet, and that is 6 deaths that have occurred in this play. And hopefully you've made a connection that this play is indeed a tragedy because there are so many deaths. It is not a history, nor is it a comedy. It is indeed a tragedy, and we have 6 deaths that have now occurred. For today's lesson, I want to review a little bit about theme. This is third or fourth time we've actually talked about this, but the essential question for this lesson and your assignment would be, how is theme manifested in literature? And we're going to dig a little bit deeper into class, but I'm going to give you an overview that we can revisit. But I want you to come to me with questions on theme. And I really want to walk through how it all goes wrong and how the tragic flaw in Romeo and Juliet leads to the theme. As you guys know, or may not know, there are many themes in Romeo and Juliet. The only theme is not moderation. But we've been focusing on moderation, 1, because it's the beginning of the year, and 2, because I really want to teach you how to dig a theme out of a text. Moving on in the year, you're going to have to kind of come up with them on your own. So I wanted to model this for you, and then from here on out, hopefully you guys can infer them on your own. Remember, a theme is never stated directly. Never in the play is it said, the theme of the play is moderation. There's a way to find the theme in the play, and that's what we've been working on. And you've seen this slide before. Romeo and Juliet is considered a tragedy. Okay? We have 2 tragic heroes in this case. We have Romeo and Juliet, who are the tragic heroes, but they have personal failings and qualities that lead to their downfall. The tragic flaw is an imperfection. That imperfection, that failing, that leads to this noble hero to make choices that doom him or her to a tragic end. We have Romeo and Juliet as our tragic heroes, but then they have tragic flaws. A tragic flaw can be excessive pride, ambition, rebelliousness, impulsiveness, or passion, all which would lead to the downfall of your hero. In our case, the tragic flaw of Romeo and Juliet is impulsivity. They make decisions too quickly, they don't think through them, they don't worry about who's going to be affected by them, and that leads to both of them dying at the end, moving too quickly and not thinking. That is their flaw. That is directly stated. In order to find a theme in a play, it's the opposite of the tragic flaw. So in our case, we've said if their flaw is impulsive, they don't think through things, the opposite of that would be thinking through things, or we've titled it moderation. So the theme in the play is moderation. Since we've said the tragic flaw of Romeo and Juliet is impulsiveness, I want you to think through Acts 1 through 5, the entire play, and think about how the characters have shown this flaw so far. On the board you see the names Romeo, Juliet, Tybalt, and Mercutio, and Lord Capulet. The first 4 characters, Romeo, Juliet, Tybalt, and Mercutio, have all died because of this flaw of impulsiveness. Lord Capulet doesn't die, but he makes decisions and hurts his daughter Juliet, being impulsive and angry at her, that lead her to flee and take a potion, which leads to her death. So, all of the characters, those 5 names on the board, all act impulsively. So Shakespeare was trying to teach us impulsive actions lead to downfalls and deaths. And in this case, again, the theme would come from the inverse of that, which is if all these characters had slowed down and thought through things, they'd still be alive. So I have an essay for you that's based on the theme of moderation. I want you to seriously think through how the play would have ended differently if Romeo had showed moderation. What if Juliet had showed it? How about Tybalt, Mercutio, and Capulet? Each of these characters has actions that are well crafted, obviously, because Shakespeare wanted to entertain you. Shakespeare did this on purpose. He purposely had these characters do things without thinking through them to make a better play. But think about how each of these characters has an action that led to their deaths. So what did Romeo do impulsively that led to his death? Or Juliet, Tybalt, Mercutio, and again, where Capulet doesn't die, but how did he affect the other characters with his impulsivity? So that's your assignment for this week. You should have read Acts 1 through 5. If you are unsure of them, please review. And then you should be able to attack these big picture items and big ideas such as themes. And I just want to reiterate, this is not the only theme in the play, but is the one we're going to focus on, just so that you can show mastery of understanding how to pull a theme from a text. Good luck with your assignment, and attend class, please, if you need more support. We'll be going through this PowerPoint at a deeper level and including some examples of Romeo, Juliet, Tybalt, Mercutio, and Lord Capulet when they do show impulsivity. Have a good day.